Alright folks, so in the past 8 years I've been making videos on YouTube. I've taken you guys on lots of adventures, and most all of those adventures have involved some form of public land, whether it be national forest, BLM, national grasslands, wilderness areas, and I've shown you what an amazing resource it is that we have these lands to our disposal. And in the West, we have thousands of acres available for us to overland, hunt, fish, hike, mountain bike, and it's really a very precious resource that I feel like we should value more than gold. But in many cases, people don't, and I've shown also through the years of my channel, people neglecting our public land, leaving garbage dumping, not cleaning up after their campsites, things like that. Now, I've not really done a good job at this point of sharing what people can do or how people can get involved in protecting our lands and cleaning up our lands and making sure that this resource continues to stay available to us. So I'm out today with a group of people that are doing some scouting, and we're finding locations like this one that we're going to work on cleaning up, and I want to share with you guys some opportunities for you to get involved and help keep our public lands clean and open.
Hey, I'm Jeremy Evans with PLS Bend. We're a fairly new organization that we started to basically focus on cleaning up our public lands. We're seeing an increasing need with more and more user groups coming out and using and loving this land, and in the process a lot of them are not treating it properly, so we've kind of realize that there's a huge need for a cleanup focused group. With the increase in use on these lands, we've just realized there needs to be a much larger effort towards cleanups in particular, along with we're looking for a solution for the problem, not just the current band-aid of cleaning everything up out here. Kind of where we're headed is at least 4 major cleanups in the Central Oregon area this year, hopefully expanding that. We're also trying to be a resource for other individuals and groups who want to clean up the lands but maybe don't know how. They haven't done one, put one on, they don't know who to talk to. We're working to be a resource for those people so that they can just contact us. We can give them the names of who they need to talk to get authorization, ways in which to do it more effectively, local businesses who help with things like trailers, ways to get this out. One of the big problems with a cleanup a lot of times is that you have a ton of people picking up a little bit of trash and it takes forever and you don't make a huge impact. It's still good, but it's not as big of an impact as could be made. Basically, as we're working towards being a resource for other organizations and groups, we're trying to help them with the methods to this. It's not, you can't just come out, start picking up trash, throwing it wherever. I mean, they're fine with people picking up trash, but a lot of times these sites there's potentially people around. It's you have to be cautious. There is some permitting needed along with doing this as an official organization, and if you're working with some of the other organizations we do, like the Forest Service, Discover Your Forest, Discover Northwest, it gives you some opportunities to generate resources for the Forest Service as well. All of the volunteer hours that go on during this get man hours assigned to them, and then they get grants back from the federal government for the work we put in. All of the volunteer hours go towards that.
All right, so this is a perfect example of some of the problems we do face as recreators that come out. People come out, they live on the public land for extended periods of time, which you're really not supposed to do. There's usually a 2-week limit, but they'll bring campers like this out. Usually some of them will be in pretty rough shape to start with, and then they just get worse while they're out here. Then when things get too bad, they just pick up and move, but they leave all their trash and their old campers behind. And as recreators, I know many of us will bring extra trash bags, things like that, to clean up, but this is well beyond the scope of what an average person coming out to recreate can help clean up. So that's why it's really important for us to get involved with organizations like PLS Bend, because they have the resources that can come in and be able to clean spots like this up and return this campsite back to something that everybody can use.
Kevin Hopper with Public Land Stewards, Bend, Oregon. We are partnered with Discover Your Forest and the Deschutes National Forestry Service. Today we are at a abandoned campsite in the Deschutes National Forest off of China Hat Road. It is one of many in the area. It is an area that is heavily used for people camping and living off public lands. Unfortunately, as a result, there are campsites that sometimes get abandoned, and many other ways that you find large items like this out here on public lands. People do come out and dump, whether it's household trash, construction, yard debris, all sorts of items. People also come out and dump campers. It's hard to say how this one found its way here, whether somebody lived here or not, but we regularly do find just straight abandoned campers and trailers on public lands. Especially, it's easy to get away with it because there's already a lot of people camping out here. So large items like this end up, unfortunately, whether it's a car or camper, end up being sites for additional trash. People will come to the site because it's already trashed. People decide it's an appropriate location to continue dumping there. So we find it's really important to clear these out, get the whole site cleared, get it cleaned up, any hazardous materials or anything like that removed. We go through the efforts to recycle all scrap metal, tires, electronics. All those things have to go to the right places. And typically, if we can get a site clear, it stays cleaner for longer because it's not a place that people see as an easy location to just dump all their trash with all the other trash.
If you want to get involved in one of the 4 cleanups PLS Bend is putting on, go to their website for dates and locations and be sure to sign up. I will for sure be involved in the China Hat cleanup on March 26th, 2022. We all know there will always be people out there that will not respect our public lands. And for that reason, there will always be a need for public land stewards just like you.